Good morning, class 6. Myself, Ranjit Kumar. I welcome you all in the e-learning program of Modern English School, Kunti Nagar, Nevada. This is the fifth video lecture of the chapter Body Movement. So, the joints we have discussed in last video only. So, we have to do that, means we have to see something. Body movement or movement in human body. So for this there is an activity. In that activity it is saying that you have to take a scale. You have to take not this scale, a hard scale, and you have to place this on your arm and ask your friend to tie here and tie here, means ask your friend to tie at this point on your arm, and it is told that you try to bend your hand. Is it possible to bend? No. So with this activity, the activity is trying to say that we can bend, we can move, we can walk, we can lift any object. Any movement that is taking place in our body is due to these such kind of joints, because imagine there is no joint, one straight bone is from here to here, one long bone is there. Can we bend our hand? For that, to stimulate that, उसको समझाने के लिए tie these two. Can we bend this? No, we cannot bend this. So we can say whatever you want to lift something. So if I want to hold this, then I need these fingers to bend. If I place a pencil here like this, like this, like this in four fingers, can I bend my finger? No. So can I hold anything? No. So but that's what I am saying. Any kind of movement that is taking place in our body is due to these joints, and if there is no joints, there will be no movement and no activity performed by us. So joints, already explained what is joint. Place where two or more bones meet is called joints. Joints are of two type: fixed joint and movable joint. So fixed joint, already I have told you what is fixed joints. Joint that do not allow any kind of movement. Fixed joint. Joint that do not allow any movement is called fixed joint. Example: bones means cranial bones, means bones of the skull. Next is teeth and jaw bones, means teeth connected to jaw. This is fixed joints. And hip bones. I am not saying about hip joint, I am saying about hip bones. So hip is a large structure that is not made up of single bone. Few bones together make the hip. So hip is not a single piece of bone. So the hip do not allow any movement. There is no movement in the hip, but the bones joined to the hip shows movement. Okay. Next is movable joints. So the joint that allow some kind of movement or degree of movement is already being there explained yesterday class only. This new thing only is this examples. Today we are going to discuss about ball and socket joint. Ball and To understand this, I'll tell you. Take a stick. Okay? This is a stick. Take a ball. एक पुराना प्लास्टिक का बॉल या रबड़ का बॉल, कोई भी बॉल ले लीजिए. इसमें इस बॉल में एक छोटा सा छेद कर दीजिए. Make a hole here. Insert the stick in this. So you have one structure. This ball is fitted into this stick. Now take a ball, कटोरी, एक कटोरी, घर में कटोरी है, छोटा सा एक कटोरी ले लीजिए. And now place this inside this. So you are placing with this ball here and this stick along with this plastic rubber ball. You try to move in all direction. You can move in here, you can move here, you can rotate it. So this ball and socket, what is this? A round headed ball. A round means a rounded head bone fit into a cup shaped socket bone is called ball and socket joint. Means this is one bone and this is also a bone. Imagine this is shoulder bone. This is shoulder bone and this is upper arm. So the upper portion of upper arm is round head and this shoulder bone is having a socket like structure. If you see my diagram, you can see this type of joint. In that diagram also it's already been explained. The diagram which I have drawn on the board on last class, in last video, in that also you will see. So this is the socket and this is the round headed bone. So this is the upper arm. Same thing if we are talking about hip. Imagine this is a hip bone. Then this will be the you can say upper leg, means thigh bone. This will be the thigh bone. So this type of joint is seen in shoulder and upper arm. So this type of joint is called ball and socket joint. So what is ball and socket joint? In such joint, a rounded head of one bone fits into the hollow cup-shaped socket of another bone. This is called ball and socket joint. The bone that fit into the socket is free to move in all direction about the joint. Example: shoulder joint and hip joint. These two joints are the example of ball and socket joint. Okay. Okay, this type of joint is called ball and socket joint. Please correct this. By mistake I have written SHO. It is SOCKET, socket. So here also I have corrected. So socket, ball and socket joint is found in the joint between shoulder blade and the arm. So this is called shoulder joint. Likewise, this is called hip joint. So see, these two activities there, one for ball and socket and one for the movement, that I will send you the photo. You all see that, and still if anyone have any problem, you can ask. Okay, thank you.